Hello, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Last time we fought through this place, the Navis Nobilite Station, and we found out that the guy here started a coup because he wanted to get rid of the child because of the whole, I guess she kills people and stuff just from her presence because she's so powerful. So he decided to kill everyone. And we're on our way to try to do stuff. We're gonna go see if she's good. Yeah, she's doing her thing. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet-misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Yeah, one thing I've noticed that I should probably do is turn the music down a tiny bit. There you go. So it doesn't drown me out. I said that, okay. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, your sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. As the otherworldly creature's gaze slides over you, your entire core shudders in terror. Flashes of past warp nightmares. Yeah. Re-emerge from the shadows of your memory and paralyze your will. You gasp for air in terror, drowning under a crashing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn down your cheeks. Why is this happening? Why is it happening to you? Why do you feel so lonely and in so much pain? Do these feelings even belong to you? Ow, ow, ow. As if my own little pals weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her. Heresy. Overcome the despair. I know why I'm here, and so I will stand strong against any illusion. You direct all your attention inward to your heart, currently shackled by another's suffering. Under the gaze of your burning inner eye, the despair and pain begin to dwindle. The darkness in your soul dissipates, the lump in your throat shrinks, and you discover that you are standing in front of a bizarre creature, a young woman whose tears you seem to have dried along with your own. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you, who are you? It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Pardon my manners. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow over our house. What is this? I feel faint. The child, Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserve. You. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one more wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orselio down upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain, this one's so deranged, it's making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of the dynasty is a grave offense esteemed, whoever you are. Yeah, I'll do this. At present, I am trying to determine what is happening on Uric 5. I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wreck station, or like scoundrels in Felix's service. So who are you? I am a rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are possibly peaceful. And so House Orcelio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer, think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What is the curse that has taken a hold of everyone in this room? Curse? You do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Titsphany, for she is the heir of House Orcelio. And they call me dangerous with my witchcraft. You look... Nah. What service do you ask of me? Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear not. I do not have long left. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aranto, acting head of House Orcelio, in the Coronis Expanse. Rest assured that the award will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. You are talking as though you expect to die here. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felix inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying, praise the throne, slowly enough to see that the child is taken care of. You need help. There is a Medicaid deck on my ship. No, I am the keeper of Uric 5, and I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have no other matters to attend to. I want to know what happened between you and Felix. Felix is my wayward student. He came to Uric 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long traditions of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novators, a patriarch or matriarch that rules over a navigator house. Okay. Titsphany Orcelio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy, the renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child could come of age and take in the Novator's throne. How could you lose control of your own station? Do you not trust my errors in my face? Or do not thrust my errors in my face. I am twice your age and twice as wise. Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future. Felix accused you of treachery, Theobald. Why should I trust your words? Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I would fall so low. If the child's life were not at stake, very well. I have no choice. or proof of my innocence. I again give you my word as member of the Nevis Nobilite, if the honest word of an honorable man counts for anything with you. I guarded the station against calamity and incursions from without to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Cassia will come with me. Good, that is good. But do allow us to say our proper farewells. Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child.
My mistress,
Oh,
my sacred child. It is all over now.
What? What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lord to rejoin the house and its regent in the Corollas Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
No! Not you too! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze! You're coming with me! Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urak 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
I regret we had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before. What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassia, I offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Urak 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
All who can be saved will be given succor aboard my ship.
As a Lady Navigator of House Orselio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
Okay.
It's about time.
While no one appears to be living in the cage, somebody still filled the trough with dried fruit and fresh water. It is as if the painting was rendered by several different hands. The timid, uncertain lines are interlaced with rough and furious strokes coming together in arcane shapes. The Lady Navigator's private library is brimming with essays, novels, and personal accounts from the trailblazers and explorers of the Imperium. The luxurious feast was left untouched.
None shall stand in my way.
I don't know why he freaks out sometimes. I gotta level her up.
They fear to look at me because of my appearance. I fear to look at them because of their rotten-colored souls.
So I could give you that or fellowship. But I got a lot of fellowship, so I'll give you willpower. New, back. Okay, enemies damaged by the navigator summon more, or take more damage from warp damage. Every even turn, the navigator gains an additional action point. Every odd turn, they gain more perception. Does that even help me in combat? It reduces enemy dodge chance against the character's skills. Or attacks me. Has light, has dodge. That's pretty good. So as long as she can see everyone, they get minus dodge and hit chance. Which I think that applies for everyone. Whenever the officer uses them. That could be good. Gonna use this. Make it so he can shoot even better. We're gonna go for willpower again. Yeah, so she's from Don't Know, and she's a navigator. And she is on Dogmatic. Wait, does that mean I'm radical? Because it's saying red and blue is radical. No, I'm going towards Puritan. They all have old injuries now. An injury that wasn't healed in time, it can be healed with a medkit, but requires passing a Medicae skill check to succeed. Too many injuries reduce the character's resolve and causes traumas. Oh, it can be removed at the
Victory
ship.
awaits.
That's fine. I'm gonna see if she has anything to say about this.
Barely a challenge.
Also gotta give her new stuff. Same thing, so it can only be by a navigator. So I'll do add this to cargo. You already have one, so I'll add that to cargo. Give you that. And you have a what? You have already an auto pistol. No, I'd give you this. That's the regular one that can go to cargo. Okay. She's got her stuff.
Follow my lead.
Join me.
We shall prevail.
I don't know how to fix that. I fixed it last time, I thought. I don't know.
A new challenge for me?
I'll check in here and then I'll go. It's just, I swear from last time I was able to get them out of there, but maybe they just did it automatically. Okay, I guess not.
An expected result.
There you go. First mission done. One second, sorry. Okay. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis have been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first. Your heart starts beating furiously. Your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of the sudden wave of unease. Decide not to use the charm that could inhibit. There's a charm? That even looking at the Vox Master's Cass waves her away. First, I want to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course, when you're ready for the ritual, please let me know. What do you want to speak about? I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably. You convinced Orselio to depart Europe 5 of her own free will, and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. I'm also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet. Uwe served on the station for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Immaterium, and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. But now I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. Why are you asking for these items? Now is not the time. Why do you refuse red paint? She gestures to the servant beside her. Uwe will give of his blood before the ritual, as always. Why are you asking for these? No. Why did I say that again? Tell me more about the ritual entails. I doubt the uninitiated could understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind with the will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I become one with the vessel. She has ports on her neck. After that, I use the House Orcelio ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thoughts, and then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system of the light, the guiding thread so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orcelio never lose their course. I shall ensure that you have all the necessary supplies. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye while it is opened. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. The Foxcaster happens. Initiating communion ritual. Come here, Uwe. Go. So she cut him and then got his blood. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance, a storm rising above foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog, the path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. No. Cassia, are you alright in there? There's screams. Oh. They all died. All of the servants. It appears that the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what would be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. Yeah, it's talking about the Maledictus, whatever it was called. Basically, the galaxy getting hit in half. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you need me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare me a few moments of your time, as there are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I wish to report on the condition of the station Uric 5. Had you opted to begin your visit to the Rycat system with a different destination, the station would have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of the Navis Noblite bought us precious time. We can either focus our efforts on disassembling the station and procuring technological components for our vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. I will not pillage. Gather any components, loot everything from jewelry to the very last manuscript. I'll get 2 profit factor. These are both good, because for that I need for the trading and stuff, so when I get to the next level I can get the stuff, but there might be good components. I don't know. I think I'll get more profit factor later. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an Engine Seer Prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of an oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrich von Kallax, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now, we know for certain he was not at Uric 5, so we should keep this in mind when making any future plans. Yeah, why is it always business? Couldn't you tell me how wonderful everything is? Certainly, Lord Captain. If you are interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the lower decks. A senior technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for a lubricant used in kitchen servitor and plant maintenance. The quartermaster of Store Compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloths, carpets, and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10. Even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel. Okay. Thank you. That'll be all for now. As it pleases you, my lord. I'm gonna see if I can sell anything. There is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
I see you're fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing. Uric 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
The events that took place on Europe 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you okay?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders. But it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Do my servants not measure up to your standards?
No. It is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes a topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is unsurprising, then, that Cassia prefers the company of one who is used to how she looks. I hope that you had ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Sorry, I didn't have a choice.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I.
Why not?
I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Well, she seems really nice besides, the whole being mutated and all that, but who am I to judge? I'm not perfect either.
Lord Captain? So many colorful sparks are flaring to life and dimming all around you. It is a veritable ocean of emotions. There are so many of them that I can barely see the pure white sincerity of your words. Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
Damn. That's a little forward.
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
Nope, I don't have experience that with that. That's scary. She leaves the room. What was she reading? Secrets, how to express your feelings to a noble lady. An admirer who seeks the favor of a refined lady is well advised to maintain pointed courtesy and finesse in every deed. An honorable admirer will never defile a noble lady's ears with crude or indecent words, and neither will he allow himself conduct that would besmirch her honor and dignity. Above all, they should remember that a relationship begins with the right choice of words. Shower your lady with compliments that will accentuate her finest qualities without putting her in a position of discomfort. A word chosen elegantly and spoken with genuine warmth may bring about a change in the lady's eyes as she looks upon you. Once your interaction has grown more intimate, always be sure to remember the simple rules of etiquette. For example, should the lady drop her handkerchief, the deepest expression of sympathy for her would be to perform the following gesture. Pick her handkerchief up, wait a brief moment, then bring the handkerchief to your lips and touch it lightly before returning it to the lady. The noble gesture will assure the lady of the seriousness of your intentions. Remember that the flower bud of true feelings takes time to blossom. Patience, loyalty, and impeccability in adhering to the decorums of the nobility is key to earning the lady's favorable disposition. So just don't be a douchebag. If only it was that easy. I think we all leveled up again from that. We all get +4 resolve until end of combat. If the target is under the effect of voice of command, they'll start their next turn with an extra action point. Officer encourages an ally who immediately recovers from burning, bleeding, toxin, and stunned effects. If the target is under voice of command, they also get 6 health points. This ability can only target allies who have enemies adjacent of them. Until start next turn, all melee attacks made by the target deal additional damage equal to 3 multiplied by the number of enemies adjacent to the target when the ability is used. They immediately make an attack of opportunity against adjacent enemy, targeting the one with the lowest remaining wounds. Officer immediately grants an ally additional movement points equal to fellowship bonus. The target can... that's not that good. Or the next target attack will ignore cover and will have double the effective distance. And if they're under the effect of voice of command, his attack will ignore enemy dodge. Additionally, the damage from this attack cannot be reduced below 48% for any reason. That's pretty good. Let's see what else I got here. If a noble uses an ability on their servant, the servant gains 1 AP next turn. That's good because that's usually for my, is for, what's her name? The sister battle. Gain 2 movement points every turn. If the servant kills the target, the that the noble dealt damage to last turn, the noble gains 1 AP next turn. We get, if they're adjacent to each other, we get temporary wounds equal to toughness or fellowship, whatever's higher. If the servant has 30% maximum wounds, or less than that, you can use serve me now. One more in battle, designating a new servant. Okay. Chain weapons, Agility, ballistic skill, intelligence, strength, perception, no melee superiority. Dual weapons. Can attack with the second weapon in their current weapon set in addition to the usual one attack per round. This attack suffers a minus 20% penalty to weapon skills and ballistic skill and costs 1 AP more, but you can use 2. And this makes it so it suffers no penalty. Shove with the hammer. Bonus to parry, flame, grenades, dodge. So this is basic stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to this and I'm gonna do this. Yeah. She can get this one. That's actually pretty good, I think. Unless I get one of these. Target gains 30% increased chance hit chance to on their next attack. Dodge on their next dodge touch. Words. And chance of success on their next resistance test. That's actually pretty good. Navigator deals 13 to 30 damage to an enemy. That enemy must pass a willpower resistance test or become immobilized. The Navigator designates a square. The enemy closest to that square immediately moves 4 cells towards it. If multiple enemies are the same distance from, they all move. Then they, even if they're stunned or mobilized. Target gains plus 22 to their willpower and toughness. That's pretty good. All enemies within the area suffer minus to willpower and toughness. All creatures in the area must pass a willpower resistance test or immediately move out. So basically, I can just reposition people a lot. I think this is good for me right now, though. That one's good. Navigator starts all turns, including extra turns, with more movement points. The first ally targeted by the Navigator with a single target ability each turn gains the same amount. Whenever an ally gains in combat gains an extra turn, the Navigator gains a stacking plus 5 to willpower. Makes all resistance tests with their willpower if it is higher than the base characteristic for such tests. Enemies affected by the powers suffer penalty to resistance tests. Perception is higher than their agility. Their dodge is used by their perception instead. Let me look. Perception versus agility. Yeah, it is better. So I'll just do that so I just never get hit. Agility or that. I mean, we're doing pretty good on agility, so I'll say ballistic skill so you can hit more. And then gain +5 to the same characteristic. Melee, flame, and multi attacks against demons and psychers deal more damage and gain armor penetration. Such attacks against Xenos deal an additional 3, so it's half. But basically that's everything. That's like everything we go against almost, besides like just regular heretics. The devotee and their allies in the area of effect of Warhammer or Furious Recital gain +1 damage for single shots and attacks for opportunity for 1 round. In the area of effect of Warhammer or Furious gain disturbed. Enemies that are adjacent gain +2. Also, all demons in the area suffer damage equal to momentum restored to the devotee. Was disturbed too. Minus to willpower and minus to willpower and fellowship tests. Devotee gains +12 to armor against attacks of demon and warp energy. The resolve is also increased by 1 permanently. 3% chance to ignore any enemy attack. That's pretty good. I'm gonna do this though. Then we'll go for the just 3% of the time don't take any damage. That sounds really small, but sounds really good as well. Okay. So she just came up to read, I guess. Is there any things we can do? We still gotta do that, and we still gotta get engine sear. Nothing new. But we can go do the, what's it called? We can go do... Yes, the shrine. We can do the shrine puzzle thing. The Furia. Yeah, because we got 5 people. So we should be able to get whatever's in there. And then, what else? I can go to the pool, I guess, and talk with people.
Time.
Okay, so everyone
Ready.
on Link.
Doubt
I'll
is for
get
the
them
weak.
later. So it's F.
We shall prevail.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just find...
Do you want something? I'll warn you if I hear anything.
R.
Yes.
I'm restless. What deeds await us?
Do you require an audience? I'll guide your vessel
There you
and
go.
lead you on your way.
Something of interest.
Unquenchable Fury, one-handed melee weapon. The maximum push distance of this maul is 5 cells. If any collision damage is increased by... and any collision damage is increased by 50%. Interesting.
You are...
They say
Look no further.
I'm always ready. Doubt is for the weak.
I
Let's
am
level
at your
these guys up.
service.
I forgot to check these guys. You're good. Imperial Worlds, I'll have that. All allies affected by Brace for Impact do not suffer negative effects of melee superiority for the entire combat. All allies infected by Brace of Impact. I gotta see what Brace of Impact does again. Brace for Impact. Where is that? Brace for Impact. Information. For 1 round, the Navy officer and their allies in a 3-cell radius gain +2 deflection for every archetype taken by the Navy officer. Okay, so anybody in a
Your
3-cell...
seneschal is always there for you. We are
Get
the
this.
spearhead of the Imperium.
So you want toughness and gain an extra turn with 0 AP and 3 movement points. That could be useful for just everyone clusters around him for the beginning. He does his brace for impact, and then everyone moves away into cover, and he does his turn then. Allows the Navy officer to use any ranged weapon in threatened areas, knocks enemies prone, and pushes them 1 away. All allies affected by brace for impact. I want to do this. Alright, I'll level up the other character and then I'll see you guys in the next episode where we'll try to move on to the next thing. And probably do a trading thing with the Fellowship of the Void. I think that's their name. We'll try to do that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a nice day.